B-flat major. Let's take a look at our key signature. So, B-flat major, two flats, B-flat and an E-flat. If you ever have trouble reading flat key signatures, the easiest way to remember is that the major key is the second to last flat. So here, B-flat and E-flat, the second to last flat, well there's only two, is the B-flat. So that's how we know we are in the key of B-flat major. So remember, B-flat major, B-flat and an E-flat. Alright, let's take a look at our tonic triad and then let's play it on the keyboard. Alright, let's build our tonic triad. So the first note of the scale is B-flat. So all we need to do is add 2/3, a skip and a skip. B-flat, a D, and then an F. So our tonic triad is B-flat, D, and F. Now let's try and play it. Alright, let's play our tonic triad. So we're going to go 1, 3, and 5 on B-flat, D, and F. Make sure your hand is deep enough on the keyboard to get your thumb over the B-flat without having to turn your hand all crooked and sideways and stuff. Now, we're going to move into our first inversion. So D, F, and B-flat with a 1, 2, and a 5. Now we're going to move into second inversion. F, B-flat, and D with a 1, 3, and a 5. And now we're going to move one more time. Make sure you move in on those keys to get B-flat, D, and F. 1, 3, 5. Now, let's move back down. So, the bottom note is going to be an F, next note is B-flat, and the next note is D. 1, 3, 5. We're going to move back down again into our first inversion chord. So we have a D, an F, and a B-flat, 1, 2, and 5. And then we're going to move in one more time to our root position triad, B-flat, D, and F. Now the left hand. So, B-flat, D, and F, 5, 3, and 1. Let's move into first inversion. We have D, F, and B-flat, 5, 3, and 1 again. And now we're going to move into second inversion. So our bottom note is an F, then we have B-flat and D, 5, 2, and 1. And then we're going to move one more time into our root position triad, B-flat, D, and F. Now it's the same thing, just going backwards. So our top note of an F is now our bottom note. So we have F, B-flat, and D. 5, 2, and 1. We're going to move down again. So now the D on top becomes the D on the bottom. Then we have the F and the B-flat. 5, 3, and 1. And then we go right back to where we started. B-flat, D, and F. 5, 3, and 1. Alright, so before you try hands together, make sure you have a good feeling of the B-flat major chord. The shape is a little bit different from any of the other major chords that we have on the keyboard because the bottom note, B-flat, is a black key, but the next two notes are white keys. Normally, the arrangement that we have is when the bottom key is a black key, then the top one is a black key. So spatially, it looks a little bit different on the keyboard, and this is why B-flat major and eventually you'll find B-flat minor to be unique looking chords on the keyboard. So take your time, figure out that shape, and when you're ready, try and put your hands together. Alright, now it is time for the primary chord progression. So let's take a look one more time at our B-flat major scale. Alright, so the first note, we already know B-flat, and then we have the D and the F above that to make our tonic triad. Now, to build our subdominant chord, so if we go from the first note, second, third, fourth note of the scale is E-flat. So we just need to build our thirds from the E-flat. So we would have a G, and then there would be a B, but key signature, so this B is a B-flat, and that is our subdominant chord. So we have E flat, G, and B flat. This is our 4 chord in the key of B flat major. Now let's step up one more time. So the next note in the scale after E flat is an F. So this is what we're going to build our dominant 7 chord off of. So all we need to do is stack our thirds, F, A, C, and it would be an E, but because of our key signature, it's an E flat. So F, A, C, and E flat. These 4 notes build the dominant 7, the key of B flat major. All right, now we got our notes. Let's try and play the progression on the piano. All right, let's play our right hand. So make sure that the hand is deep enough on the keyboard to get that thumb over the B flat, and your wrist is making a parallel line to the keyboard. Now, if you're doing this well, it'll be easy to open up your hand into your 4 chord. So that third finger opens up to the E flat, and then the pinky stretches out to the G. So we have a B flat, E flat, and a G. Don't even have to move the hand. And then now we contract the shape and go right back to where we started. So B flat, D, and F. Now for the 5/7 chord. The thumb is going to slide off the B flat down to A. You already have your 4th finger over E flat, and then the pinky is also already over F. These are our 3 notes. We're going to press it down, and now we're going to move right back to where we started. B flat, D, and F for the tonic triad. Let's move our left hand into our tonic triad root position. So 5th finger over B flat, 3rd finger over D, and thumb over F. We're going to press these down. Now because we have good hand depth, the only thing we have to move is our thumb, and the 2nd finger is on E flat, that thumb's on G, and the pinky plays a B flat for our subdominant chord. We're going to press it down. Then we contract the hand shape back to our tonic triad, B flat, D, and F. Now for our dominant chord, we're going to let that pinky open up just a little bit down to our A natural. The 2nd finger's already over E flat, and the thumb is already over F. We're going to press down our dominant chord, and then we're going to move right back to our tonic triad. So B flat, D, and F. So before we do hands together, make sure you are comfortable with your fingering with this arpeggio. These shapes actually happen a lot more in music than you would think, so even though it does seem kind of esoteric, the fingering that you are using here, it does happen quite often in the literature. So take your time, go back to hands separate if you're a little bit confused about which finger's using a 4, which one's using a 3, but if you feel like you've done a good job and you're ready to progress forward, try it hands together with the following exercise. Alright, let's build that tonic triad one more time. So we should know by now B flat, D, and F. Now we're going to play it as an arpeggio. B flat is a really interesting chord because it's got 1 black key and then it's got the 2 white keys at the top. It's the only major chord that looks like this. So as a result, the fingering is a little bit different from all the other chords that we do our tonic arpeggios for. So pay attention. Let's start with the right hand first. So the way I teach the students first, we are going to start with our thumb on a D. I know that this is a B flat arpeggio, but humor me and you'll see why. So we're going to put our thumb on D, 2nd finger on F, and 4th finger on B flat. This is our open hand shape. So when we start on the B flat, we're going to move our thumb to this D, and then the hand is going to open up into these 3 notes, D, F, and B flat. The most important thing with arpeggios is that your hand opens into the shape, and you will be much more stable, and you'll be able to play much faster. So because this is the first note, instead of putting a 4 on B flat, we're just going to put a 2. So we're going to start with our 2nd finger on B flat. Now our thumb tucks underneath to D, And as we play this D, we're gonna open up into the shape we just played. So the second finger is over F, and then the fourth finger is over B flat. As I'm pressing that B flat, we're gonna tuck that thumb under one more time, thumb to D, second finger to F, and fourth finger to B flat. So keep our hand here, we're gonna go right back down. Second finger is on F still, thumb is still on D. As I'm playing the thumb, I tuck over that fourth finger to B flat, try not to pick up your elbow, instead pivot at the wrist, and then the fourth finger lands on the B flat, and the other two notes slide into place. So I got the F with my second finger, I got the D with my thumb, and because this is the end, I put my second finger on the B flat right below. Now the left hand. So like I said, this is an interesting chord, so we are gonna start in a totally different position than we did with the right hand. So we are gonna put our third finger over B flat, our second finger over D, and our thumb over F. This is our open hand position. See the shape, feel the shape. Now we are going to play the arpeggio. So we're gonna press down that third finger that's on B flat. We're gonna press down the second finger over D. And as we press our thumb down to F, we're gonna tuck and turn. That third finger goes all the way over to B flat. Second finger slides into place with the thumb. So second finger on D, thumb on F. And we're gonna cross over that third finger to B flat one more time. And now we're gonna go right back down. So try not to pivot your hand over too much when you cross over to this B flat. Keep the thumb close to the F because we're going right back. So the thumb plays on the F. Second finger is still on D, it opens up, that third finger's on B flat, and as we play this, we're gonna tuck that thumb underneath one more time. So the thumb goes to F, second finger on D, and the third finger should already be over B flat. Like I said before, B flat is a really unique chord, so take your time before you go hands together. Make sure that you can see those open hand shapes of the left hand and the right hand. When you feel comfortable, you are ready to try the next exercise, hands together with the metronome. That is it for the key of B flat. I really hope you learned something good. As always, don't forget, drop a like, a comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, feed the algorithm, please. Just makes it easier for me to get content to as many people as possible trying to learn piano. Speaking of content, if you appreciate it, definitely check out the link to the shop below. I'm wearing one of the hoodies right now, and this one actually has like a really sick kind of back cover too. I mean, that powerful piano does go pretty hard. So, don't forget, keep practicing, stay powerful, y'all.